10 years after the end of the world, zombies are evolving in different directions. If you're being chased by this zombie in front of you, you're in luck because he's the dumbest zombie in the world. He saw a statue, didn't think, and bit down, getting his tongue stuck. A silly zombie like this can be easily killed, even by an older woman. But if there are dumb zombies, there are also smart ones, like the zombie with an IQ of 250. Don't think you can hide in an iris scan chamber. This zombie bit off a researcher's eye and used it to open the metal door. The last type is the most vicious and powerful. They not only have a high IQ, but are also very fast. If you encounter this kind of zombie, running is pointless because survival is almost impossible. After a long post-apocalyptic experience, humans have become accustomed to zombies. Various methods to kill zombies are endless. One person transformed into Lady Liberty and easily defeated a zombie. Another man, driving a harvester, casually followed and turned a zombie into a meatloaf. Another used a dummy to lure simple zombies, then collapsed the Leaning Tower of Pisa with a jack, crushing 3 zombies into meat patties. Proud of his work, he joined the protagonist group of 4 who set their sights on the White House. After 10 years outside, they had become godlike, easily dispatching zombies. They made the White House their home. Little Rock, once naughty, has grown up and entered a rebellious phase, often wanting to leave. Her stepfather, Tallahassee, showered her with love, practicing basketball with her and never missing a Christmas gift. Columbus and Wichita were in a relationship, but when Columbus proposed with a diamond, she rejected him, afraid of marriage. The atmosphere became awkward, and the next day, the sisters left a note and took Tallahassee's modified Jeep, leaving again. This made the 2 brothers complain. While searching, Columbus met another girl, initially thinking she was a zombie. After 2.5 years of celibacy, he almost killed her. The girl was very proactive, hugging him right away. Having just lost his love, Columbus couldn't control himself. Despite Tallahassee's objections, he brought Madison back to the White House, and their relationship was established that night. This made Tallahassee, single for 50 years, uncomfortable. Couldn't the director have arranged a woman for him? Just then, Wichita returned, having met a long-haired man on the road. Little Rock fell in love at first sight, abandoning Wichita. But blood is thicker than water. She returned for weapons and to find Little Rock, apologizing to Columbus for leaving. Just when Wichita thought they would reunite, Madison appeared, making things awkward again. The next morning, they prepared to leave to find Little Rock. Tallahassee got emotional seeing the beat-up van, believing a fierce man should drive a pink Jeep. Madison was a drag, carrying a big bag, looking like she was going on a trip. The 3 of them were speechless. They drove off in the crappy van, but Tallahassee wanted a different car. He eyed a clown car, but Columbus feared clowns, so they switched to an RV. They found a modified RV, but as soon as Madison opened the door, the alarm went off, attracting nearby zombies. Tallahassee rushed to turn off the alarm. The 3 old teammates quickly sprang into action. Columbus defended the car's roof while Tallahassee and Wichita focused their fire on killing the walkers. They worked together seamlessly, but the number of zombies was overwhelming. Wichita was changing magazines when a zombie pounced on her. In the nick of time, Madison came to her rescue with her water gun. They thought the danger was over, but a zombie suddenly emerged from under the car and grabbed Madison's ankle. Columbus reacted quickly, firing a shot to save Madison. After dealing with all the zombies, the group set off again in the RV. However, the RV soon broke down. Tallahassee reconsidered the clown car, but Columbus, with his clown phobia, refused to get in. They had no choice but to ride in the broken van again. Shortly after, Madison felt unwell and rushed out of the car to vomit. Fearing she had been bitten by a zombie, Madison began to mutate. Columbus had no choice but to kill her. 2 gunshots later, Columbus returned to the car. That night, they finally found Little Rock's car in front of the Elvis Presley Memorial, but it was empty. Seeing Elvis's piano, Tallahassee couldn't resist playing it but was knocked to the ground by Nevada, who was about to pull the trigger. Wichita and Columbus arrived just in time, and Nevada, realizing they were looking for someone, lowered her guard and informed them that Little Rock and the long-haired man had left. Meanwhile, the long-haired man had taken Little Rock to Babylon, a safe zone created by peace-loving people who refused to use force. All weapons must be surrendered. Enter. Tallahassee and his group were about to leave for Babylon when they saw their modified car destroyed. Tallahassee was instantly furious, but they were stunned to see 2 people who looked like low versions of Columbus and Tallahassee. The 4 bonded, but suddenly heard a noise outside. They found several smart zombies climbing onto the Bigfoot. The imposters insisted on performing in front of the real Doomsday Squad, but ended up in a tough battle. Upon returning, they discovered they had been bitten and soon mutated. The imposters were powerful zombies, and it took a lot of effort to kill them. The group then decided to head to Babylon, and Tallahassee found true love when Nevada gave him a love ring and promised to wait for him. Tallahassee couldn't drive the Bigfoot car, so they had to use the broken van again. Unexpectedly, they ran into the clown car on the road and found Madison, who had an allergic reaction to nuts, not the zombie virus. Columbus couldn't bear to kill her and had fired 2 shots into the sky instead. After a long journey, the group finally arrived in Babylon. Tallahassee, fed up with the van, threw a grenade at it. Knowing weapons weren't allowed in Babylon, Tallahassee reluctantly agreed to compromise to meet Little Rock. They reunited inside, but except for Tallahassee, they decided to stay. That night, Tallahassee chose to leave, as he was used to living outside, and this place would slow his gun-drawing speed. But no sooner had he left than he saw a large group of walkers heading toward Babylon. The foolish survivors of Babylon had set off fireworks, attracting the zombies. Tallahassee had no choice but to return and save lives. With his driving skills, Tallahassee quickly got back to Babylon and warned them of the seriousness of the situation, only to find they had destroyed all their weapons. Tallahassee was helpless in the face of such foolishness. These people were used to a humdrum life and had no idea how vicious the zombies were. Tallahassee could only teach them how to fight the zombies by hand and quickly developed a battle plan. They used a fire hose connected to oil drums, piercing the pipe with toothpicks. Wichita lit the fuse, and the fireworks on the turntable began to burst, attracting the zombies. The crowd then ignited the gasoline and quickly evacuated the field. The next second, the zombies poured in, surrounded by fire, and the oil drum exploded. The battle plan was successful, but they underestimated the number of walkers. More zombies came, instantly surrounding them. Without weapons, they were sure to die this time and gave up the fight. In the nick of time, Nevada drove the Bigfoot car and arrived, instantly crushing the zombies. They got into the big car, and Nevada began to perform among the zombies. After 10,000 spins, Nevada rushed straight to the gap, doing her ultimate kill shot. Amid the cheering, Nevada gradually lost control and turned the Bigfoot car over. As soon as they got out, they were surrounded by walkers. Luckily, the people upstairs helped in time. Taking advantage of this, they entered the building and lured the walkers to the roof. They took the first step in the plan, with a wall of people on both sides. Tallahassee sprinted and took a last-minute leap. The zombies couldn't break the car and fell down the tall building, but the last 2 zombies grabbed Tallahassee's thighs. He was about to be dragged down when a gunshot hit the zombie. It was Little Rock, who had not destroyed the pistol Tallahassee gave her for Christmas. Tallahassee escaped death, and the crowd worked together to save him. At the end of the movie, Wichita agrees to Columbus's marriage proposal, and Tallahassee also finds his true love. They have lived a happy life ever since. This movie is not as good as the first one, with mostly boring and unfunny dialogue. But the Battle of Babylon at the end of the film is still interesting. Personal opinion only. Well, subscribe to me, and I'll see you next time.